Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. All right, we're going to start the level 2 speech competition. I hope you guys are all ready. I'm going to go over the topic so that our judges know and you guys are aware. The topic is Beyond the Langar Hall, Seva as a Sikh Way of Life. In Sikhi, Seva is not just an act of kindness. It is a spiritual discipline and a core pillar of Sikh life. The Guru showed us that true Seva asks nothing in return and is offered to all people regardless of caste, religion, or background. We often see Seva in the form of cleaning shoes or serving langar, but it is also means standing up for the weak, sharing our knowledge, and serving our communities. This speech invites campers to explore the different types of Seva and what it truly means to live a life of dedicated, selfless service. Participants may also talk about the 3 forms of Seva: Than, physical; Man, mental, intellectual; and Tan, material, with examples of each. The role of Langar as a living, revolutionary institution of Seva, equality, and human dignity. By Karniaji, who served water to wounded soldiers on both sides of the battlefield, showing that Seva recognizes no enemy. How Sikhs have used modern skills, technology, healthcare, education, and the arts as forms of Seva in today's world. So you guys have 3 minutes. We are timing this. So if you go over time, you will get points deducted. If you don't have a speech, please just let us know. We will call you at the end of after everyone, and we will talk about a topic that the judges choose. All right, first up we have Arna Kaur from Pennsylvania.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Seva is a spiritual pillar and a spiritual discipline and a core pillar of the Sikh way of life. Seva means offering selfless service to all without expecting anything in return. Seva goes beyond simple kindness, embodying a divine duty. Gurbani teaches us that selfless service is the path to attaining Vaheguru, as seen in the Gurbani quote, Seva kart hon kami, tisto hot parbat swami. Simply helping can be motivated by obligation, but true Seva comes from selflessness, equality, and unconditional love for all beings. There are 3 types of Seva: Tan, which is manual labor like cleaning or serving langar; Man, which is advocating; and Dan, which is contributing money or resources. Seva reduces ego or hoami by shifting focus from yourself to others and helping with spiritual growth. It is connected to equality, sarvatapala, and compassion, as we all serve without discrimination. Lastly, the Sikh youth can help perform Seva through volunteering at gurdwaras, community projects, helping others, or using technology for awareness. Fundraising can also help. Another thing is applying talents, healthcare, arts, or education. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next we have Ajay Singh from Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. In Sikhism, Seva means selfless service, helping others entirely from the heart without expecting any reward or personal gain. The Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji teaches us, which dunya sev kamaye te darg bisan paye. This means in the midst of the world, do selfless service and you shall be given a place of honor in the divine court. There are 3 ways to perform Seva. First is Tan, using your physical body. One example is Guru Har Krishan Ji, the 8th Sikh Guru in 1664, during a deadly smallpox epidemic in Delhi, he was only a child, just like us. He used his own hands to feed, clothe, and comfort the sick. He poured us so much love into this physical service that he caught the disease himself and passed away at the young age of 8. Second is man, using your mind, intellect, and talents. Mental service means using our knowledge and emotional strength to heal the world. We see this when volunteers spend their weekends teaching Gurmukhi, like our teachers, for free to keep children connected to their roots. We see it when professional doctors donate their expert medical skills to free clinics, or when we as students like us help our friends by listening to and comforting them when they are feeling overwhelmed. One of my dear friends were transitioning between different schools and has some issues within his family. I listened to his issues without judging. Even my sister offered to teach us both basketball and took care of him as seva. The third type of seva is tan, which means using your wealth through the swant and concept of giving 10% of your earnings or resources to those in need. It means using our money to buy warm meals for the homeless, providing clothes to the poor, or funding medical care for someone who can't afford it. Even as kids, we can practice tan, seva, by donating our gently used clothes, toys, and your favorite shoes to people who may be able to use them. When I go to Punjab with my mom and I see some little kids begging at the roads, I worry about them and ask my mom to donate food, clothes, and money to them. Can an 11-year-old me make a difference? Yes. Seva starts right where we are. Holding a door, sharing lunch, or cleaning a park, seva destroys our ego and makes us humble and kind. Let us choose to live as a life of selfless service and small act of kindness at a time. Every day, all day. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Bole Soneha!
All right, next we have Angud Singh from Pennsylvania.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਤ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਕਾਮੇ ਤਿਸਕੋ ਹੋਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਸਾਮੇ In this powerful line from the Guru Granth Sahib, the Guru reveals a beautiful spiritual message. We only find our Creator after losing our ego in seva. Respected judges, teachers, and my dear brothers and sisters, we live in a society that constantly tells us to chase power, greed, and calculate what we get in return for our actions. But Sikhi challenges this idea. Gurbani teaches us that nikami, or selfless seva, is the ultimate spiritual weapon used to dismantle our largest internal enemy, our own pride and ego. We activate this spiritual weapon through the 3 pillars of Sikhi, Tan, Man, and Dhan. Tan is physical action, so it would be cleaning langar, right? Cleaning up after langar. Man is mental action. We use our focus, intelligence, so we could teach other people for free. Dhan is material action, so donating, giving money to associations. The historical proof comes alive through the legacy of Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, who created the first Red Cross. Amidst the fierce battle of Anandpur Sahib, Bhai Kanhaiya Ji gave water to the enemies and Sikhs, using his tan to carry the bag of water, his man to keep his mind free from ego, and dhan to supply the water. And then when he was told on by the other Sikhs, who saw that after fighting for hours upon end, that Bhai Kanhaiya Ji is helping the other side, Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, when the Guru asked him why he did it, he said that I only see your face in everybody. To close, let us remember that the true spirit of seva cannot be confined by the walls of a gurdwara or the hours of a youth camp. It must become our reality every day. When we choose to perform everyday chores with a smile or dedicate our intelligence to evaluate a friend, we are manifesting the Guru's vision. By choosing Nekami, service over selfish gain, we defeat our pride and directly connect with the divine light inside all of us. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next we have Avneet Kaur from New York.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. When people think about seva, they usually picture serving langar or cleaning the gurdwara. Those are wonderful things, but seva doesn't stop there. As Sikhs, we're taught that seva should be part of the way we live every single day. Gurbani tells us, one who performs selfless seva attains the Lord. This reminds us that the best kind of seva is done without expecting anything in return. We don't serve to be noticed. We serve because it's what our gurus taught us. Helping someone and doing seva are not always the same. Someone might help because they want praise or attention, but true seva comes from the kindness and humbleness. It's about seeing Vaiguru's light in every person and helping simply because it's the right thing to do. Sikhi teaches us 3 kinds of seva. Dan seva means serving with our body, like helping prepare langar or cleaning the gurdwara. Man seva means serving with our mind by tutoring someone, using our talents to help others. Dan seva means giving our money or resources to support people who are struggling. When we do seva, we also reduce ego. Instead of thinking about ourselves all the time, we learn to think about the needs of others. This helps us grow into more humble and compassionate Sikhs. One of the best examples of seva is, seva also teaches us Sharbat Bala, which means we're wishing for the well-being of everyone. We can live by this we can live this value today by helping at the Gurdwara, volunteering in our community, supporting schools, churches, Gurdwaras, helping classmates, or even using social media to spread awareness and make a positive difference. As a Sikh youth, we have many opportunities to serve. We don't need to do need to do something huge. Even small acts can make a big difference in people's lives. Every time we do seva with a selfless heart, we help someone else become better people and follow the path shown by our gurus and the gift they gave to us. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next we have Avtar Singh from Maryland. You don't have a speech? He doesn't have a speech. Okay. Okay, after that we have Basam Kaur from Ontario.
Have you ever wondered what seva really is? I'm sure we all have, as it is a pretty common question. Many people think that seva is mostly serving langar, making langar, and cleaning dishes or shoes. And while yes, that is a form of seva, there are so many more other beautiful ways seva is used outside of the Gurdwara. It can be a way of life. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Besam Kaur, and I will be telling you how seva can be a way of life. Seva sad na janya hariraya. I have not served the holy, I have not acknowledged the Lord my King. This Shabad is a reminder to reflect truthfully on ourselves and tell us that just by calling ourselves Sikhs is not enough, that we must put Bani into our actions of seva, and by doing seva with compassion, humility, and kindness, only then can we recognize Guruji in everyone and get closer to him. There are 3 types of seva, tan, man, and tan. I will first be talking about tan. Tan means body. Serving langar, cleaning the dishes, and helping a senior cross the road are all examples of tan. Tan is when you physically use your body. Man means mind. Simran is the highest form of seva and also is an example of man. True seva requires Simran to get rid of Maya, making sure all of your seva is done sincerely. Simran is seva towards Guruji and towards yourself. Tan means material wealth. Donating food, money, clothes, or school supplies is an example of tan. Tan is the seva of giving in a way. Seva also helps us overcome homa, which is ego. Instead of thinking selfishly and only about ourselves, seva teaches us humility and compassion and kindness. We learn and realize that everyone is a creation of God and that we were all given talents that we should use to help each other out. In the same manner, we practice Sarbat Da Pala, blessings for everyone. Today, Sikh youth can perform meaningful seva by volunteering in their communities, organize food or clothing drives, help seniors with technology. They can use technology to make resources that are educational and informative for important causes. The Langar Hall is where we first learn seva, but that doesn't mean that it's the only time we do it. Seva should not stop when we leave the Langar Hall. It should continue in our day-to-day lives. We get new opportunities every day, and by helping others, by using our mind, body, and Simran, we get closer to Guruji and help build a more kind and equal world. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Pavneet Kaur from New York.
Yeah. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I am Pavneet Kaur, and today I will be talking about seva. Seva means selfless service, helping others without expecting anything in return. Guru Bani teaches us that true seva is done without the desire for reward and is offered equally to everyone, regardless of caste, religion, or background. Seva is much more than cleaning shoes or serving langar. It is a way of life in Sikhi that teaches us to think beyond ourselves and serve others with humility and love. There are 3 main forms of seva: tan, man, and dhan seva. Tan seva is physical work, such as helping in the kitchen, cleaning, or serving langar. Man seva is serving through our mind, by encouraging others, sharing knowledge, or supporting someone who is struggling. Dhan seva is donating money, food, or other resources to help those in need. One of the greatest examples of seva is langar, where everyone sits together and shares the same meal, showing equality and respect for all. Another inspiring example is by Bhagat Puran Singh Ji, who devoted his life to serving the sick and disabled with love, expecting nothing in return. Seva also helps us overcome our ego. When we serve others, we become more humble, compassionate, and closer to Waheguru Ji. It reminds us of Sikhi values like equality, kindness, and Sarbat Pala, the well-being of all. Today, seva continues in many forms. People use their skills in healthcare, education, technology, and other fields to help others. This reminds us that seva is not limited to physical work. It can be done through any talent or ability we have. In conclusion, seva is more than an act of kindness. It is a way of living. It teaches us to serve selflessly, treat everyone equally, and see the divine in every person. True seva is not a chore we perform for the weak. It is a privilege of seeing the divine in every person and carrying their burdens with humility and love. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Up next, we have Brumleen Kaur from North Carolina.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sangat Ji, when you clean your own home, you don't just call it a favor. So when we clean the Gurdwara, wash dishes, or serve langar, why should it feel like a favor? To me, it feels like taking care of Guru Sahib's home and Guru Sahib's family. That is where seva begins. Gurbani says, Seva karat hoye nirkarmi, tisko hot parapat swami. The one who serves without any selfish desire is the one who comes closer to the Lord. This teaches me that seva is not just helping. Helping can be you asked, so I help. But true seva is when we serve with love, without waiting for praise, thanks, or anything back. My parents always remind me that do even the smallest seva without any expectations. And honestly, after doing seva, the day feels meaningful. It feels like the Guru Sahib gave me the time and I used it in the right way. Langar shows this in a better way. Everyone sits on the floor, together. Rich, poor, sick, not sick, everyone. No one is served by status. Everyone is served as a child of Vaheguru. Gurbani says, Sabna Jiya Kaik Data. There's one giver for all being. That is not a new idea. In Sikh Itihas, Mata Kivi Ji's langar was remembered with so much love that Gurbani itself praises her comfort and care for the Sangat. Bhai Manjji seva with such devotion that even when he fell into the well, he still protected the langar's wood, just because of Guruji's kitchen. That is seva, not convenience, but love. Seva happens to tan, man, and tan. Tan is seva with the body, like serving langar, washing dishes, or cleaning shoes. Man is seva with the mind, like teaching a child, helping someone understand schoolwork, or guiding someone. Tan is seva with the resources, giving food, clothes, medicines. But even then, seva must come from honest living. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji chose Bhai Lalo Ji's simple prasada over Malik Bhagwat's rich food, because what we share should come from the truth. Seva keeps the heart niva. It reduces home, because when I serve, I cannot think I'm above anyone. I've served old people older, younger, richer, poorer, friends, and even people who have not treated me correct. My parents always taught me that if the people who hurts you, you should always be kind to them, because then there will be no difference between us. So today's Sikh youth can do seva anywhere, in the Gurdwara, parks, home, elderly homes, anywhere. We can even do seva online. We can use social media, technology, education, everything to help someone's life be easier. So for me, seva is not only what my hands do, it is how Guru Sahib trains my heart. So the real question is not, did my people notice? The real question is, did my ego become smaller? And did my seva help someone feel cared for? Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Iknoor Kaur from Pennsylvania.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I would like to talk about seva. Seva is a way of helping people and doing something kind without expecting anything in return. It takes off stress and it makes you a better person by doing so. And it makes you a role model to little kids as well. Plus, they will want to become like you and do seva. And it also helps the community grow and carry on the tradition as the years go by. Now I want to tell you a story about Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It is called Sacha Sauda. So one day, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's father gave him 20 rupees to do profitable business. On his way, Guru Nanak Dev Ji met a group of hungry, holy people who has gone without food. Instead, instead of buying goods to resell, he used the money to buy food and feed those in need. When he returned home, he explained that feeding the hungry was the Sacha Sauda. It means the true bargains because serving humanity is more valuable than making a profit. This story teaches us that we could do seva with people in need, and we can do selfless service for others without being asked. I hope you learned something in this story and use it on forward. Now I want to tell you something that I did to a friend. So I was in school playing with my friends, but then I saw a girl and she fell down. So I decided to help her up back on her feet. And she was bleeding on her knee. So I took her to the teacher and the teacher gave a bandage. And after that, she gave me a big hug and said thank you. And I said you're welcome. Now I want to tell you how I felt. I felt proud, mighty, and good inside myself. I told my mother she was proud. She was happy that I helped someone. Last but not least, I want to how tell you how you could do seva. So first, helping at the Gurdwara. At the Gurdwara, you could help fill up the cups with water, or you could pass out napkins during prasad. And you can also clean the shoes. Next, at home, you can help fold the clothes, fold the laundry, or help do the dishes. And you could clean your room or help your siblings clean their room. Next, at school, you could help the teacher pass out papers and you can help a student. So this is a way of doing seva. I hope you learned something new in my speech. Thank you very much for your time. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next we have Akis Kaur from Maryland. Just a reminder, 3 minutes is the time limit. So we are deducting points if it goes over, and if it's way under, you're getting points taken off. All right, everyone, let's listen to Akis Kaur now.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. When we think of the word seva, we usually picture serving langar or sweeping the Gurdwara. But our gurus taught us that true seva is the ultimate expression of devotion. What is the difference between helping someone and performing seva? When you help someone, you're just helping them, and sometimes you probably expect a thank you or a favor in return. But when you perform true seva, you don't expect anything at all in return. It is completely selfless. Seva kart hoye ne kami, disko hot prapat swami. Gurbani categorizes seva into 3 distinct pillars. Then, physical service. This means putting our bodies into action like cleaning the Gurdwara or preparing food in the kitchen. Man, mental service. This is using our minds. We do this by sharing the Guru's wisdom, offering spiritual guidance, or simply supporting our friends emotionally when they are having a hard time. And then, material service. This means sharing what we have, like donating our own money, food, or resources to help those in need. Why do we do this? Because seva actively dismantles our pride and our ego, known as home. When we do simple, humble tasks like washing dirty dishes or shining the shoes of the sangat, we learn that everyone is equal. We are practicing sarpatapala, treating everyone the same regardless of their background, because we believe in the divine light of Ekunkar of Ikunkar is inside of every single person. We see the perfect example of this in Baikaneaji, who served water to the wounded enemy soldiers on the battlefield. Because he saw no enemies, only the Guru's face in everyone. Today, as Sikh youth, we can take Seva beyond the Langar Hall. We can use modern technology to raise awarenesses for good causes or use our education to build better communities. Let us remember that serving humanity is serving Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next we have Gunisha Kaur from New York.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Ganesha Kaur, and today I will be speaking about Seva, what it means and how I try to do it in my life. Gurbani teaches us that Seva means selfless service. Gurbani says, Vich duniya sef kamaiye, da darge besan paiye. That means, in this world, we should do Seva. That's how we get close to Vaheguru Ji. Seva helps us let go of pride and ego and see Vaheguru Ji in all people. True Seva is different from simply helping someone. The difference between helping someone and doing Seva is that when you help someone, you expect something in return, like gratitude or favor returned. When you do Seva, you don't expect anything in return. There are 3 types of Seva: Tan, Man, and Dan. Tan is physical Seva, like doing Langar Seva. Man is mental or intellectual, like helping a sibling with homework or tutoring someone after school. Dan is material, for example, donating to food or clothes drives. Seva reduces ego and helps us grow spiritually. It doesn't matter what your job is or how old you are, because everyone is doing the same work. You are not getting credit and you are serving everyone equally, no matter who they are. You are growing spiritually because you become less self-centered and realize Vaheguru Ji is everywhere and is helping you. You become more thankful towards Vaheguru Ji and all the goodness around you. Seva shows equality and sarbat tapala, because everyone is serving each other no matter who they are. I could be serving someone really rich with a good job or someone struggling with money. It doesn't matter, because you're treating everybody with the same respect and kindness. Sikh youth can perform Seva in many different ways. I do Langar Seva and help organize programs at the library. At school, I help younger kids with schoolwork, and I help kids who are new to the school. We all have technology, so why not use it for Seva? We can post flyers for nonprofit organizations or promote awareness for many different things. There are so many ways to do Seva and so many reasons to do it. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, upon request, the judges will hold up a 30-second warning sign. So make sure you look over there to see if you think you're going over time. All right, next we have Gurman Singh from Pennsylvania.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I'm going to speak about Seva. Seva means doing something kind and helpful for others without expecting anything in return. In Sikhi, Seva is very important because Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught us that serving people with love, kindness, and humility is the same as serving Vaheguru. Seva helps us become caring, humble, and grateful, and respectful. It reminds us that everyone is equal and deserves compassion, no matter who they are or where they come from. A beautiful example of Seva is the story of Sacha Sadhu. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's father gave him money to start a business. Instead of buying goods to earn a profit, Guru Nanak Dev Ji used the money to buy food for hungry people. He explained that helping those in need was the true business. This teaches us that the greatest profit is not money, but the good we do for others through selfless service and kindness every day. Children can do Seva every day, at home, We can help our parents with chores, clean our rooms, and be kind to our brothers and sisters. At school, we can include someone who feels lonely, help classmates with their work, and always show respect. At the Gurdwara, we can help serve langar, organize shoes, clean the floors, and listen carefully during prayers. Every small act of seva matters. Being a good Sikh at my age means speaking kindly, being honest, respecting everyone, and always looking for opportunities to help others. I may be young, but I can still make a difference through seva, by serving with love and expecting nothing in return. I can follow Guru Nanak Dev Ji's teachings and become a better Sikh every day. Single day. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next up we have Hargun Kaur from Pennsylvania.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ सेवा कारत होने काम है तिसको होत प्राप्त swami. Guru Arjan Dev Ji teaches us that one who performs selfless seva attains the Lord. This tells us that seva is much more than just simply helping others. It is a path to becoming closer to Vaheguru. In Sikhi, seva is not just an occasional act of kindness. It is a lifelong commitment rooted in love, humility, and compassion. Another beautiful teaching reminds us, Vich dunya sev kamaiye, ta dargah basan paiye. In this world, earn the wealth of seva, and you shall be given a place in the court of Lord. Guru Nanak Dev Ji teaches us that our time in this world should be spent serving others, because seva has both worldly and spiritual value. Many people help others because they expect appreciation, recognition, or even a reward. True seva, however, is nishkam seva. It is service performed without any desire for personal gain. As we serve our home or ego, it begins to disappear. And instead of asking, what do I gain, we begin asking, how can I serve? This is how seva transforms not only the lives of others, but our own hearts as well. Sikhi teaches us 3 forms of seva, tan, man, and tan. Tandi seva means serving physically by preparing langar, washing dishes, cleaning the gurdwara, or helping during natural disasters. Mandi seva means using our minds and talents to benefit others, such as tutoring younger students, teaching Punjabi or Gurbani, or creating educational resources. Tandi seva means sharing our material wealth by donating food, clothing, money, or supplies to those in need. Every Sikh has something valuable to offer. One of the greatest examples of seva is Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. During battle, he gave water to wounded soldiers from both sides. One question, Guru Gobind Singh Ji actually praised him because Bhai Kanhaiya Ji saw the same divine light in every human being. His actions perfectly reflected a Sikh principle of Sarbat Da Palab, working for the well-being of all. The institution of langar also demonstrates this principle. Rich or poor, Sikh or non-Sikh, everyone sits together in pangat as equals. Langar is not simply about feeding people. It is about breaking barriers of caste, status, and discrimination while affirming the dignity of every human being. Guru Granth Sahib Ji also reminds us, Sabna jiya kaik data, so main visar na jai. There is one giver for all beings. May I never forget him. If there is only one creator of all humanity, then every person deserves our love, respect, and seva. Today, Sikh youth can continue this tradition by volunteering in communities, mentoring younger students, using technology to build Sikh educational websites or apps, supporting charities or social media to spread Sikh values. Seva is not limited by our age. It is only limited by our willingness to serve. As Guru Arjan Dev Ji reminds us, Seva karat hoy nikame, tisko hot prapat swami. Whether we serve with our hands, our minds, or our wealth, every act of selfless seva brings us closer to Vaheguru. Let us remember that seva does not end when we leave the langar hall. It begins there and continues throughout our lives. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, next up we have Hargun Singh from Pennsylvania.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I'm going to talk about Seva as a Sikh way of life. Seva is a selfless way of helping people and is not just an act of kindness, it's also one of the main talking points of Sikh life. As our Guru teachings showed us, true Seva asks nothing in return and is a afforded to all people regardless of their caste, religion, or background. The main three sevas are Dan, Man, and Dan, and the examples of these sevas are Dan seva. During a samapati of Dewan, we distribute napkins to the Sangad, and also in Langar, we distribute water, food, plates, and cups. For Man seva, the example is every morning we do Chapji Sahib with the full faith of God, and after that we do Ardas. In the evening we do Sarasai, and before we sleep we do Kirtan Soil. For the Dan Seva, the example we provide the Daswand every month and donate to Guru Sahib, and also help people who need money. Seva helps us reduce our ego by shifting our focus away from me and myself and redirects towards the needs of others without seeking personal recognition or reward. As in Gurbani, it is written at the Ang, Seva Garat Hoy Nikami, Dis Gau Hod Prapat Swami, which means one who performs Seva selflessly attains the Lord. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, Harjas Kaur from Pennsylvania.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Hello everybody, I'm here to talk to you about Seva, how to implement it in your daily life, and what it truly means to live a life of selfless service. To do this, I'm going to answer a few questions about Seva for everyone here today. Our first question is, what does Gurbani teach us about the importance and meaning of Seva? On Ang 286 of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it says, Seva karat ho nihinkami, diska hot Swami. The direct translation of this is, one who performs seva selflessly attains the Lord. In other words, if you selflessly do seva, you will reach Vaheguru. The goal of all Sikhs is to be released from the cycle of life and death, and you do this by reaching Vaheguru. So if you selflessly do seva, you'll be able to reach the main goal of Sikhi, proving just how important selfless seva is. Our second question is, what is the difference between helping someone and performing true seva in the Sikh sense? When people help someone, it is normally for a reward. Most kids won't behave if they don't get rewarded for it, even if it helps the teacher. Most adults won't work if they don't get paid, even if their jobs are important to society. In Seva, whether there is a reward or not doesn't matter at all. Seva is selfless service, and it is done out of the goodness of a person's heart, not because of a reward. Our third question is, what are the three types of Seva, and how can you do them in your daily life? The three types of Seva are Tan, Man, and Dan. Dan is physical seva, which can be helping people carry groceries to their homes, volunteering at a local soup kitchen, or any form of free manual labor. Man is mental seva, which could be helping a friend study for a test, running a free coding class, or anything that uses your mind and skills to do seva. Dan is material seva, and you can do this by lending a friend some money if they don't have enough, donating to charity, or any form of selfless service that involves money. All three of these forms of seva are valid and are all part of the Sikh way of life. Our fourth question is, how does doing seva help us reduce ego and grow spiritually as Sikhs? Doing seva means asking nothing in return. This means you get no money, no endless thank yous, and no one owes you anything. All of this is what causes ego. If you brag about seva or now expect the person you help to do stuff for you, that's exactly what it becomes, helping. That's when it's no longer seva. If you're truly doing seva, you have to be okay with getting nothing in return, and that will diminish ego and help you grow spiritually as a Sikh. Our fifth question is, how is Seva connected to the Sikh values of equality and compassion? Seva is connected to the Sikh value of equality because Sikhs will do selfless service for anyone, no matter who they are. A big example of this is langar. Everyone who comes out into langar hall will be served the same way, will eat the same food, and will sit on the same floor. Langar is one of the biggest forms of seva and is designed specifically for equality, just like seva is. Seva is also designed for compassion. Anyone who is willing to go out of their way to help someone with no guarantee reward is known as a compassionate person. And since helping someone with no guarantee of reward is seva, this proves that seva is connected to both compassion and equality. Our last question is, how can Sikh youth today perform meaningful seva both in person and through modern skills and technology? In person, Sikh youth can perform meaningful dan, man, or dan seva. Some ways to do this are to help with langar at their local gurdwaras, donate 10% of all allowance money to charity, or start an after-school club in which they teach something that most kids want to learn. All these can be done in person and positively impact everyone involved. Online, dan seva isn't really an option, but man and dan seva definitely are. A Sikh could create a website that brings awareness to endangered animals, or a website that could help fund local schools with budget cuts. These are both forms of meaningful and impactful seva, and prove that seva can be done in many ways, whether it's in person or online. Thank you for listening, and I hope you now have a better sense of what seva is and how to do it in your daily life. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, up next we have Harsi Score from Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm Harsi Kaur, and today I'm going to talk about seva and its effects on us and what we can learn from it. Seva is a selfless way of helping where you don't expect anything afterwards. In this speech, there will be examples of seva and reasons why it is important. So let's get into it. First off, Gurbani can teach us a lot about seva. Like in Gurbani, it says, Seva kar thoine kame, disko hot prapat swami. This line means, to me, someone who helps in a way where he or she does not expect a reward nor a thank you in return. So what does Gurbani teach us about the importance and meaning of seva? Gurbani teaches us that you shouldn't expect anything whenever you do seva. What is the difference between simply helping someone and performing true seva in the sixth sense? Well, to me, helping can just be picking up a pencil for your classmate without them asking you to. That's great that you did that, but the thing is, I usually see seva as a step further. Like instead of picking up a pencil for someone, you could have picked up all the trash. Also, whenever you do seva, I think about caring for the weak or putting yourself out there for them. And when conducting seva, don't think that you're going to get bragging rights after. Instead, think that I'm doing this for everyone's good. This mindset, I think you should always keep to show yourself that seva is not just about helping, but also about caring and doing. Anyways, let's move on to the third question. What are the three different types of seva? The three different types of seva are tan, man, and dan. Let's start off with the first one, tan. Tan is physical seva, which is like cleaning up the langar hall or help doing napkins for prashad. Bhai Kanaya Ji is a great example who showed that there is no enemy when it comes to seva. He did seva on both sides of the battlefield without hesitating once because he knew he was right. Now, the next one is man. Man is the mental way of seva. You do man by selflessly giving comfort, sharing your intellectual talents and skills. And lastly, the third type of seva, dan. Dan is when you donate money or something to the people that aren't as stable. Now let's move on to the fourth question. How does doing seva help us reduce ego and grow spiritually as Sikhs? Doing seva can help us reduce ego by teaching us humility and engaging with the Sangat at the Gurdwara. This helps us understand that we are all equal. How? Well, whenever we eat langar, we sit down on the same floor so it could be leveled equally and everyone gets the same food, even if the person next to you has more or less money than you. How is seva connected to the Sikh values of equality and compassion? Seva shows us that equality and compassion are not just concepts that you're doing for the sake of helping, but are active daily routines and practices. Question 6. And now lastly, for a final question, how can the Sikh youth perform meaningful seva both in person and through modern skill technology? Sikh youth can help us in langar seva by doing easy tasks or they can help in divan, such as doing chore seva and so on. Now for technology, the youth can send or donate money to the weak by using device. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Hunarkor from Maryland. Hunarkor. Hunar. Hunar, sorry. Hunarkor from Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. What is seva? When people are asked this question, they usually say selfless service or helping others without expecting anything in return. Gurbani teaches us what the true meaning of seva is. Not only is seva about not expecting a reward, but it's also about intent. Seva is very important because it helps you reach Vaheguru Ji. Seva karat hoy nikami, this ko hot prapat swami. This Gurbani line means, one who performs seva selflessly obtains the Lord. When you are doing true seva, you are connecting to Vaheguru Ji because seva requires kindness and humility, and Vaheguru Ji's jyot is in everybody. So serving the Sangat is like serving Vaheguru Ji. However, seva and helping are different things. When you help somebody, you usually receive some sort of payment or reward, or at least some gratitude or a thank you. And helping someone is when you do it for the reward. You help someone knowing that they will repay you, and you help them only for that reason. Seva is helping someone even if you don't know them, even if you know that you might not get anything for doing seva. Even if your seva looks true, it's all about what you're thinking. If you brag about your seva, if you go after you do seva and you tell everybody that you did seva, or if you just do seva so people think you're a good person, or for any other selfish reason, it's no longer seva because seva is about not doing for the Sangat and not for yourself. You help people when you do seva because they need help, and nobody else is assisting them. You could easily just turn a blind eye and walk away, like most people would, or you could help them, but do it with the intent of receiving something, or you could perform seva and help them just because they need help. There are 3 types of seva: dan, man, and dhan. Dan seva means physical seva. An example of dan seva is cleaning up, making langar, or doing any sort of seva using your body. Man seva means mental seva, and which is using your mind or your brain to help somebody. An example of mental seva is tutoring someone or teaching them something. Dhan seva consists of donations of things like money, clothes, and food. Seva counteracts ego because ego is all about I and how you are better than everybody else. Seva is the complete opposite. It's all about serving others and not thinking about any gain for yourself. When you do seva, it reduces ego because you stop thinking about who you're doing seva for, because you stop thinking about yourself, and without ego, you get closer to Vaheguru Ji. Seva is also connected to Sarbat Tapala because Sarbat Tapala means equality. Seva is offered to anyone, no matter who they are or what they look like. To do seva, you need compassion or to help those in need. If you don't have compassion, you'll feel nothing for those who need help or who are in need. Anyone can do seva, no matter your age, young or old. Helping someone can make an impact on their life. There are many historical examples of seva, like Bhai Kanayaji. But seva does not just have to be something that only the 6 in the Sakhis we hear can do. Even the 6 youths of today can make a change with seva. They can donate their old clothes and school supplies, or volunteer at a food drive or shelter. They can also spread awareness for things like littering online or on social media. There are opportunities for seva everywhere, and anybody can make a change. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Jalnit Singh from North Carolina.
Vaheguru.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸੇਵਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਉਹ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਾਲਚ ਦੀ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਵੇ। ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਤ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਕਾਮੀ, ਤਿਸ ਕੋ ਹੋਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਸੁਆਮੀ। ਸੇਵਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਅਹੰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸੇਵਾ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਰਫ ਲੰਗਰ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਜੋੜੇ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ 3 ਰੂਪ ਸਮਝਾਏ ਹਨ। ਤਨ, ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਡੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਜੋੜੇ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨੇ। ਮਨ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਣੀ। ਅਤੇ ਤਨ, ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ 10 ਹਿੱਸਾ ਦਸਵੰਧ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਲਈ ਦੇਣਾ। As we can see, Sikhs are actively participating in seva worldwide. ਪਿੰਗਲਵਾੜਾ ਅਤੇ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਰਗੇ ਸੈਂਟਰਸ ਬੇਸਹਾਰੇ, ਲਾਚਾਰ ਅਤੇ ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਨ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਈਗੋ, ਅਹੰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਪੱਠੇ ਪਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੇਵਾ ਥੋੜੀ, ਮੰਗਣ ਬਹੁਤਾ। ਇਸੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਵੀ ਝਾਂਕਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਝਗੜੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਬਣਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਫਤਿਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਵੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਐਸੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਭਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਜੰਗ ਦੇ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਹਰ ਬੰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਅਤੇ ਡਿਜੀਟਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ ਇਫੈਕਟਿਵ ਅਤੇ ਆਸਾਨ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਅਸੀਂ WhatsApp ਗਰੁੱਪਸ, ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਐਪਸ ਜਾਂ ਵੋਲੰਟੀਅਰ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮਸ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਰਾਈਡਸ ਕੋਆਰਡੀਨੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਸੇਫ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਜਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਚਾਹੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੀਏ ਜਾਂ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ, ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਾਲਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next we have Jogga Singh from Maryland.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਜੋਗਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ 11 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਅੱਜ ਮੇਰੇ ਭਾਸ਼ਣ ਦਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਹੈ ਲੰਗਰ ਹਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਿੱਖ ਜੀਵਨ ਜਾਂਚ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਗੋਂ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਭਾਵ ਨਾਲ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਰਜ਼ਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਕੇ ਹਰ ਜੀਵ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ। ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਤ ਹੋਏ ਨ ਕਾਮੀ, ਤਿਸ ਕੋ ਹੋਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਸੁਆਮੀ। ਅਰਥਾਤ ਜੋ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲਾਲਚ ਜਾਂ ਉਮੀਦ ਦੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਫਰਮਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਨ, ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸੇਵ ਕਮਾਈ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਦਰਗਾਹ ਬੈਸਣ ਪਾਈ ਹੈ। ਭਾਵ ਇਸ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੀ ਦਰਗਾਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਦਰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ। ਆਮ ਮਦਦ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਰਕ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮਦਦ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਲਾਲਚ ਜਾਂ ਲਾਭ ਲਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਲਈ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ 3 ਰੂਪ ਹਨ। ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ, ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਸੰਭਾਲਣੀਆਂ ਜਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦੀ ਸਫਾਈ ਕਰਨੀ। ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਮੁਖੀ, ਕੀਰਤਨ ਅਤੇ ਗੱਤਕਾ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨੀ। ਧਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ, ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਲੋੜਵੰਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨੀ ਜਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਸਵੰਧ ਦੇਣਾ। ਲੰਗਰ ਸਿਰਫ ਭੋਜਨ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਗੋਂ ਬਰਾਬਰੀ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰਤੀਕ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ, ਅਮੀਰ ਜਾਂ ਗਰੀਬ, ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਜਾਤ ਜਾਂ ਧਰਮ ਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਇੱਕੋ ਪੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਛਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਅਤੇ ਸਮਾਨਤਾ ਦਾ ਸੰਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਭਾਈ ਕਨ੍ਹਈਆ ਜੀ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਹਨ। ਜੰਗ ਦੇ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਤੇ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣਾਂ ਦੋਹਾਂ ਪਾਸਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਖਮੀ ਸਿਪਾਹੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਨੂਰ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਸੀ। ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਹਉਮੈ ਘਟਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਭਲਾਈ ਲਈ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਗੋਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਆਤਮਿਕ ਜੀਵਨ ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਤਰੀਕਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ, ਚੈਰਿਟੀ ਲਈ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟਾਂ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ, ਗੁਰਮਤਿ ਕੈਂਪਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨੀ, ਵਾਤਾਵਰਣ ਦੀ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਜਾਂ ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਣਾ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਧੁਨਿਕ ਹੁਨਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੀਏ ਕਿ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਦਾਤ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ ਅਤੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਜੀਵਨ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਲਈ ਸਮਰਪਿਤ ਹੋਵੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ।
Next we have Jajara Singh from New York.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Respected judges, teachers, and my dear Sangat. Today I will be speaking about Seva and one of the greatest pillars of Sikhi. The word Seva means selfless service. In Sikhi, Seva is done with love, humility, and without expecting any in reward. Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught us that serving humanity is the same as serving Vaheguru. We remove our ego, develop compassion, and become closer to Vaheguru. There are 3 types of Seva in Sikhi. Dan Seva means serving with our body. We can prepare and serve langar, clean the Gurdwara, help the elderly, or volunteer during community events. Every physical act done with humility is Dan Seva. Man Seva means serving with our mind. This includes praying for others, teaching Gurbani, and giving encouragement, sharing knowledge, and using our talents to help people. Our thoughts and words should always bring peace and kindness. Dan Seva means serving with our wealth and resources. We as Sikhs donate money, food, clothes, and other necessities to those in need. By sharing what Vaheguru has blessed us with, we learn generosity and gratitude. Seva is closely connected to the Sikh principle of Sarbat da Bala, which means the welfare of all. Every day in our ardas, we pray not only for ourselves, but for the happiness, peace, and well-being of all humanity. This teaches us that we do not serve only in our community, we serve everyone, regardless of their religion, race, or background. A perfect example of Seva is langar, started by Guru Nanak Dev Ji and expanded by Guru Amar Das Ji. In langar, everyone sits together on the floor as equal, rich or poor, young or old, everyone shares the same meal. This teaches us equality, humility, and selfless service. As young Sikhs, we can practice Seva every day by helping our parents, respecting our teachers, volunteering at the Gurdwara, being kind to our friends, and standing up for those in need. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, is valuable when it is done with love. In conclusion, Seva is not just something we do, it is a way of life. By practicing Dan, Man, and Dan Seva, and by living according to Sarbat da Bala, we follow the path shown by our Gurus and help create a kinder and more equal world. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Kareen Kaur from DC.
ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Today, I'm honored to speak about how seva is more than just an act of service, it is a way of living as a Sikh. In today's world, many people believe success is measured by wealth, popularity, or power. We are often taught to focus on ourselves first, but Sikhi teaches us something completely different. Sikhi teaches us to live for others. It teaches us that the true purpose of life is not only to achieve greatness for ourselves, but to uplift humanity through seva. Seva is not just an act of kindness. It is a spiritual discipline. It is love in action. When a Sikh performs seva, they do not serve for recognition, rewards, or attention. They serve because they see the light of Waheguru in every human being. Gurbani reminds us, Seva karat hoye nek kami tisko hot prapat swami. This means that the one who performs selfless seva without selfish desires becomes closer to Waheguru. This teaches us that seva is not only about helping others, it's also about transforming ourselves. When many people hear the word seva, they immediately think about serving langar, washing dishes, or cleaning shoes at the gurdwara. These are beautiful and important forms of service, but seva goes far beyond the walls of the langar hall. Seva is a way of thinking, a way of living, and a responsibility we carry everywhere we go. In Sikhi, there are 3 forms of seva: tan, man, and tan. Tan seva is physical service, such as preparing langar or helping clean the gurdwara. Man seva is serving through our knowledge, wisdom, and words. For example, teaching others, supporting someone emotionally, or standing up for justice. Tan seva is sharing our money or resources with those in need. Together, these forms of seva remind us that every person has something valuable to give. One of the greatest examples of seva is Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. During battles, while others saw enemies, Bhai Kanhaiya Ji saw human beings suffering and pain. He gave water to wounded soldiers from both sides of the battlefield. When people questioned his actions, Guru Gobind Singh Ji praised him. Why? Because Bhai Kanhaiya Ji understood the true meaning of Sikhi, compassion without discrimination. He recognized that seva does not ask who deserves help, seva simply serves. Seva also helps us fight one of the greatest challenges in Sikhi, haume. Ego makes us believe we are greater than others. But when we kneel to clean the floor of the gurdwara, when we serve food with humility, or when we help someone without expecting anything in return, our ego begins to disappear. Seva softens the heart. It teaches patience, humility, and compassion. As Sikh youth today, seva is more important than ever. We may not all stand on the battlefields like Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, but we face different struggles in our community every day: loneliness, hunger, injustice, and suffering. We can use modern skills like technology, education, healthcare, and social media to help others. We can tutor younger students, organize food drives, raise awareness for important causes, or simply support someone who feels alone. Even the smallest act of kindness can change someone's life. In conclusion, seva is not limited to the langar hall. It is the heartbeat of Sikhi. It is the way Guru Sahib taught us to live, with humility, equality, compassion, and love for all humanity. If we truly want to honor the teachings of the Gurus, then seva must become more than something we do occasionally. It must become a part of who we are. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Kashan Singh from Pennsylvania.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. When we hear the word seva, many of us think of serving langar, washing dishes, or cleaning shoes at the Gurdwara Sahib. But in Sikhi, seva is much more than just an occasional act of kindness. It is a spiritual discipline and a way of life. Guru Sahib teaches, seva kart hoine kami, tisko hot prapat swami. This teaches us that true seva is different from simply just helping someone. We may help others for recognition, praise, or personal satisfaction. True seva, however, is done with humility, love, and without expecting anything in return. It is offered as a devotion to Vaheguru. Seva also helps us conquer home or ego. When we serve without recognition, we learn humility and begin to see others before ourselves. This connects directly to the Sikh ideal of Sarbat Pala, working for the welfare of all humanity. Guru Sahib says, Satgur ki seva gakhdi, sir dije aap gavaye. Service of the true Guru is difficult. It requires surrendering one's ego completely. The Gurus themselves set the highest examples of seva. Guru Nanak Dev Ji worked honestly and shared with everyone through the principle of Vanchakna. Guru Angad Dev Ji personally served the Sangat and encouraged physical labor. Guru Amar Das Ji made even kings and emperors sit in langar before meeting him, teaching that all human beings are equal. Through these examples, the Guru showed that seva and equality are inseparable. Sikhi teaches 3 forms of seva: tan, man, and tan. Tan seva is physical service, preparing langar, cleaning the Gurdwara Sahib, or helping during natural disasters, or volunteering at community events. Man seva is serving through our knowledge and our skills. A student tutoring younger children, a teacher educating others, or even a software developer creating tools are all performing man seva. Tan seva is sharing our resources, supporting charities, funding educational programs, or even helping families facing hardship are examples of tan seva. One of the most inspiring examples of seva is Pai Kanhaiya Ji. During the Battle of Anandpur, Pai Kanhaiya Ji served water to wounded soldiers on both sides. When questioned, he replied that he saw no enemy, only the light of Vaheguru in every person. Even after the time of our 10 Gurus, a remarkable example of seva is Pai Puran Singh Ji. He served those whom society often ignored and showed that seva means recognizing the dignity of every human being. Today, countless Sikh organizations continue this tradition across the world. Now, let us carry the spirit of seva beyond the langar hall, serving with our hands, our hearts, and all of our resources, so that every single aspect of our lives reflects a Sikh path of selfless service. In doing so, we can help shape a world full of compassion, equality, and sarbat da bhala. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Mahan Singh from New York. Mahan Singh. Anyone see him? Next one? Okay, next is Matab Singh from Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Matab Singh and today I want to share thoughts about seva. Sikhi teaches that seva is the greatest thing that you can do in your life. Seva is not just about helping people, it's helping them with your heart open, with no egos. People who do seva like that become closer to Vaheguru. I would also like to understand tan, man, and dhan. Tan means physical service like cleaning. Man means mental trying like me trying to understand Jap Sahib. Dhan means helping someone like giving langar. These days people do seva by giving free food. Remember, not only Sikhs do seva, many others too. Seva is a core value of us and many let's do work together to make our seva stronger. Vaheguru Ji Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Fateh.
Next we have Manjot Singh from Pennsylvania. Manjot Singh. Okay. Manjot Singh is in here. Next we have Mansukh Singh from Virginia. Oh, he's here? Okay.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today, I'm honored to speak on the topic Seva. In Sikhi, Seva is not just an act of kindness, it is an act of worship. Guru Arjan Dev Ji teaches us, one who performs selfless Seva without expecting anything in return attains the Lord. This teaches us that true Seva is done with love, humility, and without expecting praise or rewards. The difference between simply helping someone and true Seva is our intention. If we help only to be noticed or appreciated, it is kindness. But when we serve only to please Vaheguru and help his creation, that is true Nishkam Seva, or selfless service. Sikhi teaches us that there are 3 types of Seva. The first is Dan Seva, serving with our body. This includes preparing langar, cleaning the Gurdwara, helping during Nagar Kirtans, visiting elderly people, or volunteering during community events. The second is Man Seva, serving with our mind. We can teach younger children, encourage someone who feels lonely, share Gurbani, help classmates understand their schoolwork, or use our knowledge to solve problems. The third is Dan Seva, serving with our wealth and resources. Donating food, clothes, books, school supplies, or supporting the Gurdwara and charities are all examples of Dan Seva. One of the greatest examples of Seva in Sikh history is Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. During the battles of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Bhai Kanhaiya Ji carried water to wounded soldiers. He gave water not only to Sikh soldiers but also to the enemy. Some Sikhs complained to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, believing he was helping the enemy. When Guruji asked Bhai Kanhaiya Ji why he did this, he humbly replied, "I do not see enemies or friends. I only see your light in every person." Guru Gobind Singh Ji praised him and gave him medicine to continue serving the wounded. This teaches us that true Seva sees humanity before differences. Guru Gobind Singh Ji himself also showed the spirit of Seva. He sacrificed his comfort, his family, and even his 4 Sahibzadas to protect goodness, justice, and religious freedom. His life reminds us that true leadership means serving others before ourselves. Seva also helps us overcome haume, or ego. When we clean the Gurdwara floor, wash dishes in langar, or quietly help someone without expecting recognition, we learn humility. We begin to understand that every ability we have is a gift from Vaheguru. The langar hall is another beautiful example of Seva. Everyone sits together on the floor, rich or poor, young or old, regardless religion, race, or background. This reflects on the Sikh principle of Sarbat da Bhala, praying and working for the well-being of humanity. Today, Sikh youth can perform Seva in many new ways. We can volunteer at food banks, help with blood donation drives, plant trees, tutor young students, help seniors learn to use smartphones and computers, create educational videos about Sikhi, design websites for community organizations, and use social media to spread positivity, truth, and kindness instead of negativity. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next to Mansukh Singh from Virginia.
Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I don't have a speech.
Okay, next is Manvik Singh from Pennsylvania. Vik Singh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Manvik Singh. A key part of Sikhi is seva, which means helping others without expecting anything in return, not just serving food in the langar hall. Gurbani teaches us to do seva with love and kindness. Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught us that by serving people, we are also serving Vaheguru. But what is the difference between helping someone and doing seva? Sometimes people help because they want recognition. True seva is done without wanting a reward. We do it because it is the right thing to do and because we care about others. There are three types of seva: dan, man, and dhan. Dan means to serve with our body. For example, cleaning the gurdwara, making langar, or washing dishes. Man means serving with our mind and skills. For example, helping a classmate with homework, teaching younger children Punjabi, or helping someone learn something new. Dhan means serving with money or the things we own. For example, donating food or clothes, school supplies, or money to people who need help. Seva also helps us reduce home, which means ego. When we do seva, we learn to think about other people and their needs. We become more humble and thankful. This helps us grow as Sikhs and become closer to Vaheguru. Seva is also linked to equality and kindness. Sikhs believe in Sarbata Pala, which means wishing good luck to everyone. We do not choose who help based on their religion, race, or background. We help everyone because all people are equal. Today, Sikh youth have many different ways to do seva. We can volunteer at the Gurdwara, help at food drives, clean up parks, or help elderly people. We can also use technology to do seva. For example, we can tutor students online, make educational videos, or help charities raise money for a good cause. In conclusion, seva is not just something we do in the langar hall, but by serving with our body, mind, and wealth. We help others become less focused on ourselves and follow the teachings of Sikhi. These are the ways Sikhs use seva in their daily lives. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Maskeen Kaur from North Carolina.
Vaheguru. Vaheguru. साध संगत जी वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह। मेरे प्यारे कैंपर साथियों, गुरमत अनुसार सिੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਿੰਨ ਸੱਸਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਬੜੀ ਮਹੱਤਤਾ ਦੱਸੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ: ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਤੇ ਸੇਵਾ। ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਮੰਚ ਤੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੁਝ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਕਰਾਂਗੀ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਨਿਸ਼ਚਿਤ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ ਕਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ ਕੀ, कि किसी की हेल्प करनी ही सेवा है या फिर गुरमत अनुसार सेवा का मतलब कुछ और है। हेल्प जी किसी निजी स्वार्थ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ किसी ਤਰਸੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਫੋਕੀ ਵਾਹ-ਵਾਹੀ ਖੱਟਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਅਸਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿਲਾਉਂਦੀ। ਸਗੋਂ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਆਪਾ ਗਵਾ ਕੇ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਫਰਮਾਨ ਹੈ, ਆਪ ਛੋੜ सेवा करन जीवित मोए रहन। सेवा साडी हौमे नूं खत्म करन वास्ते सब तो वड्डा हथियार है। जदों असीं निष्काम होके दूजिਆਂ ਦੀ सेवा करते हाँ ਤਾਂ ना तो सेवा कराउण वाले अंदर कोई भी हीन भावना आती है तो ना ही सेवा करन वाले अंदर कोई भी हौमे उपजती है ना विन विन सिचुएशन। सेवा नूं अपने जीवन का हिस्सा बनाउण वास्ते गुरु साहिबान ने सानू एक बड़े ही सुंदर ढांचा बख्शिया है, जिसनों 3 भागां विच वंडिया गया है। तन दी सेवा, फिजिकल सर्विस, जिवें गुरु घर दी सफाई, लंगर तैयार करना अते जोड़ियां दी सेवा। इस नाल साडे अंदर निमरता दा बीज बीजिया जांदा है। धन दी सेवा, मटीरियल सर्विस, अपनी किरत कमाई विचों दसवंध कट के लोड़वंदां दी सेवा करनी। ਅਤੇ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ, ਇੰਟੈਲੈਕਚੁਅਲ ਸਰਵਿਸ, ਆਪਣੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਤੇ ਹੁਨਰ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ
ਦੂਜੇ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਰਨੀ। ਮੁਕਤ ਪੁਗਤ ਜੁਗਤ ਤੇਰੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਜਿਸ ਤੂੰ ਆਪ ਕਰਾਏ। ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਮਿਸਾਲੀ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਭਾਈ ਕਨ੍ਹੱਈਆ ਜੀ ਹਨ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਕੋ ਬੈਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਿਗਾਨਾ ਸਗਲ ਸੰਗ ਹਮਕੋ ਬਨਿਆਏ ਦੇ ਗੁਰਵਾਕ ਨੂੰ ਸੱਚ ਸਾਬਤ ਕੀਤਾ। ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਵਿਲੱਖਣ ਮਿਸਾਲ ਹੈ ਭਗਤ ਪੂਰਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਜੀਵਨ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿੰਗਲਵਾੜੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਸੰਸਥਾ ਚਲਾ ਕੇ ਹੈਂਡੀਕੈਪਡ, ਔਰਫਨ ਅਤੇ ਅਬੈਂਡਡ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਹਾਰਾ ਬਣੇ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਤਨੋ ਮਨੋ ਤਨੋ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ। ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਹੁਣ ਸਮੇਂ ਨਾਲ ਬਦਲਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ 'ਚ ਮਾਹਿਰ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਐਪਸ ਜਾਂ ਪਲੈਟਫਾਰਮਸ ਵੀ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਈ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ, ਸਿੱਖੀ ਟੂ ਦ ਮੈਕਸ, ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਲਵਾਰੀ ਐਕਸੈਟਰਾ। ਖਾਲਸਾ ਏਡ, ਸਾਊਡਫ ਐਂਡ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੋਲਿਸ਼ਨ ਵਰਗੀਆਂ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨਸ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਸੇਵਾ ਕੋਈ ਬੋਝ ਜਾਂ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੈ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਸ ਕੈਂਪ ਤੋਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਾਈਏ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਐਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਭਾਵ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਆਵੇ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਨਾ ਪਵੇ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਣ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਈਡੈਂਟੀਟੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next we have Meher Kaur from Pennsylvania.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I am honored to speak about Seva, one of the most beautiful teachings of Sikhi. Guru Arjan Dev Ji tells us in Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, one who performs selfless seva without expecting anything in return attains the Lord. This teaches us that seva is much more than simply helping someone. Many people help others because they expect praise, recognition, or something in return. But in Sikhi, true seva is done with love, humility, and without any selfish desire. When we serve others, we serve Waheguru because his light shines in every person. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us the principles of Nam Jatna, Kirat Karni, and Vanshakna. Vanshakna means sharing what we have with others. Guru Sahib says, earn honestly and share with others. They alone have found the true path. One beautiful example is Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Lalo. Guruji chose to eat the simple meal prepared by Bhai Lalo, who earned his living honestly instead of the rich feast of Malik Bago. Guruji taught us that honest earnings and sharing with love are more valuable than wealth gained through injustice. Sikhi teaches us 3 types of seva. Dan seva means serving with our body. We can prepare langar, wash dishes, clean the gurdwara, help elderly people, or volunteer during community events. Man seva means serving with our mind. We can encourage someone who feels lonely, tutor younger students, share gurbani, or use our knowledge to solve problems. Dan seva means sharing our money or resources by donating food, clothes, books, or supporting charities and the Gurdwara. Another inspiring example is Guru Amar Das Ji. Even when he was elder, he woke up before sunrise every day to carry water for Guru Angad Dev Ji. He had never thought any task was too small. His humility teaches us that every act of seva, no matter how simple, is precious in the eyes of Waheguru. Seva also helps us overcome helmet or ego. When we put others before ourselves, we become kinder, more patient, and more grateful. Instead of asking, what can I get, we begin asking, how can I help? The Langar Hall is one of the greatest examples of seva. Everyone, rich or poor, young or old, from every religion and background, sits together as equals. This teaches Sarbatta Pala, praying and working for the well-being of all humanity. Today, seva goes far beyond the Langar Hall. As Sikh youth, we can tutor younger students, volunteer at food banks, help seniors use technology, plant trees, create educational videos about Sikhi, and use social media to spread kindness and positive messages. Every skill that Waheguru has given us can become seva. I would like to end with this thought. Seva is not measured by how big the task is, it is measured by how love, humility, and selflessness we put into it. If each one of us performs even one act of selfless seva every day, we can make our families, our communities, communities and our world a better place. Thank you. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Mehran Singh from Massachusetts.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. If I asked this question last week to everyone, what is seva? Many of us, including me, would have answered making langar, washing dishes, or cleaning the Gurdwara. But is this the seva that the Gurus envisioned? Isn't seva much bigger than that? Seva is not simply something Sikhs do, it is something a Sikh becomes. Also, seva is not only for Sikhs, it is for everyone and something everyone should do. Guru Arjan Dev Ji teaches, Seva karat hoye nikami, disko hod prabhat swami. Selfless service is not about earning or praise or recognition. It is about removing ego, the greatest reward for seva that a guru can give. The Gurus taught us that seva can be offered in 3 different ways. With our tan, our body parts, our hands, our feet. Whether preparing langar, cleaning the Gurdwara, or washing the dishes. With our man, our thoughts, our knowledge, and our talents. Teaching a younger student, listening to someone, and kindly caring for someone, even when they're not in the right place of heart. And with our dan, sharing our resources through disvand and supporting those in need. These 3 forms remind us in Sikhi, everyone has something to offer, regardless of age or wealth. Guru Gobind Singh Ji did not stop him. Instead, he gave Bhai Kanhaiya Ji medicine to heal the wounds of the weak, even if they were the enemy. As young Sikhs, we also have opportunities that previous generations have never imagined. A student who tutors a classmate is doing seva. Every skill that Vaheguru has given us can become seva when it is used to benefit someone without asking for any profit. So the next time someone asks what is seva, do it. Just don't think about what you can get in return. Think humanity. Think every day. Think what you can do for the Guru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Meher Kaur from Maryland.
Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Seva is a word that I'm sure we've all heard before, whether it's at home or in the Gurdwara, even here at GHISS. We've all heard it, but the true meaning of seva is something we don't really pay attention to. Today, I will share my understanding of the true concept of seva. The direct translation of seva is selfless service and devotion, but there is a deeper meaning. The concept of seva started in 1487, when Guru Nanak Dev Ji, at the age of 18, took the money that his father, Mehta Kaluji, had given him to do business with and help some poor sadhus instead. Mehta Kalu had thought that if Guru Nanak Dev Ji wasn't interested in farming and other worldly work, trading would be a very nice profession, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji would be talking with clients about his business all day long. Mehta Kaluji told Bhai Mardana to go with Guru Nanak Dev Ji, assuming that it would be a very fortunate day. And he sent them off to buy some goods. However, on their way from Talwandi to Chahur Khana, hardly 10 to 12 miles in, they came across a village in very poor living conditions. They were thirsty, starving, and sick because of the lack of water and an outbreak of disease. Guru Nanak said to Bhai Mardana Ji, "Father said to make a profitable trade, but nothing is more profitable than helping these people." So Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Mardana went off to the next village where they used the 20 rupees to buy plenty of food and water for the previous village. That act of kindness led to what we call today langar. There is not only one, but 3 forms of seva: tan, man, and tan. The first kind of seva, tan, is a physical aspect of seva, which involves work and tasks to show selfless service. Some examples can include washing dishes at the Gurdwara, cooking, serving langar, or planting a garden for the Gurdwara kitchens. The second kind of seva, man, is the mental aspect of seva. This involves how you use your mental skills and talents, like teaching people about Sikhism, or the musical instruments, or how to read an ang of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. The third kind of seva, tan, is a material aspect of your seva. This involves sharing material wealth. The most common example of this is known as the svant. The svant is when you donate 1/10 of your salary to sangat or charities. Another example of tan is helping others when they are financially struggling or helping the poor. A line from Guru Granth Sahib Ji on Ang 286 says, Seva karat hoye nihi kami, tisko hot parapat swami. One who performs selfless service without thought of reward shall attain his Lord and Master. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us 3 golden rules: Naam Jopo, Kirt Karo, and Vand Chako. Vand Chako is the most related to seva because it means to share with the needy. There are many ways to do seva, some of which we can't do in our everyday lives. Sikhism teaches that seva is an act done to become closer to Vaheguru, but also to help others in need. So let's all try and become closer to Vaheguru by doing seva. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Priya Kaur from... Okay, break for 3 minutes. Stay in the room, please, or ask me if you need to go to the bathroom or something. Yeah, stand up, get water if you need, but don't leave.
Am I supposed to go or not? So why am I here? At least this month.
Take your seats, take your seats. If you're getting water, come quick. You have 20 seconds. Ten seconds. If you're getting water, hurry back. Hurry, hurry, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Joga Singh and friends, sit down. Okay, next we have Priya Kaur from New York.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The true meaning of seva in Sikhi is helping others without expecting anything in return. Seva isn't just something we should do once in a while. It's a way of life. It's about putting others before ourselves with humility, compassion, and a selfless heart. Every day we have opportunities to practice seva through our actions, our words, and the choices we make. Gurbani teaches us, seva karat hoy nikami tisko ho prapat swami. This means that when we do seva without wanting praise or reward, we become closer to Vaheguru. That's what makes seva different from simply helping someone. Sometimes people help because they want recognition or because someone asked them to. True seva comes from the heart. We do it because it's the right thing to do, not because we expect anything back. There are 3 types of seva in Sikhi. The first is tan seva, which means serving with our body. This includes preparing or serving langar, cleaning the gurdwara, or simply helping someone in need. The second is man seva, which means serving with our mind. This means using our mind to make a difference, whether that's teaching someone or using our knowledge and skills to help others. The third is the dana seva, which means giving money or resources to support people in need, Krita Gurdwara, or charities and other good causes. Seva also helps us overcome humai or ego instead of always putting ourselves first. It teaches us to be humble, caring, and grateful. One story I always remember is about Baikanayaji. During a battle, he gave water to injured soldiers on both sides. When he gave water, when people questioned him, he explained that he didn't see enemies. He saw the same light of Vaheguru in everyone. His actions showed the true meaning of Sarvadabala, caring for the well-being of everyone, no matter who they are. What I love most about seva is that it isn't limited to one place. It doesn't only happen in the langar hall or at the gurdwara. Every day gives us a chance to practice. There are many Sikh organizations that help and provide support to the community when in need, such as Khalsa Aid, United Sikhs, Sikh Relief, and many more. When we give our time, use our talents, or simply choose kindness over selfishness, we're living the values that Sikhi teaches us. To me, that's what seva is really about. It's not just something we do, it's the way we choose to live. Even the smallest act of kindness can make a difference in someone's life and bring us closer to Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Rohan Singh from North Carolina. Rohan. Next is Sakhi Kaur from Pennsylvania.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. When we think of seva, we usually think of serving langar, washing the dishes, or cleaning the gurdwara. These are all good examples of seva, but there is much more to seva than just that, and it goes long beyond just the gurdwara. Guru Sahib teaches us, seva karat hoy nikami, tisko hot prapat swami. One who performs seva selflessly attains the Lord. This is teaching us that real, true seva is done without asking for recognition or rewards. We give because we see Vaheguru in every individual. But what is the difference between helping someone and truly performing seva? Helping someone is nice, but we usually want to help someone to receive praise or rewards. True seva is done without seeking any of those things. Even when someone doesn't notice, we still serve because it is a term of love for Vaheguru. Sikhi has 3 forms of seva. The first is tan seva, which is physical seva. This includes preparing langar, washing the dishes, or cleaning the gurdwara. The second is man seva, which is mental seva. For example, a teacher teaching a student or a doctor volunteering at a free clinic. The third is tan seva, which is serving through our resources. This could be donating money, food, or clothes. No matter our age and no matter our background, each one of us can perform seva. One of the best examples of seva is langar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji started langar so that people, regardless of their religion, caste, or background, can come and eat together. But langar is so much more than food, but sharing a meal as equal individuals. Another great example of seva is Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. During war, he gave water to the enemy and the Sikhs. When he was asked why he did such a thing like that, he responded by simply saying that he only saw Vaheguru in each individual. Guruji praised him and taught us that seva recognizes no enemies but only basic humanity. Doing seva should also help us overcome our home or ego. Instead of thinking about the good things that will happen to you, we think about the good things that happen to others. Small, quiet acts of service remind us that seva is done without seeking praise or recognition. As young Sikhs, we have many opportunities to do so, such as tutoring a younger student, helping elders with technology, and even volunteering. When we perform seva, we become closer and more connected with Vaheguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Sabna Kaur from Maryland. You next.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Sabna Bajaj, and today my speech is about seva. When we think of seva, we usually picture helping out in the langar hall or putting shoes away in the gurdwara. Those are great ways to help, but seva is much more than that. It's something we should practice outside of Sikhi. In Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Jin seva tin paya maan. This means those who perform seva with love are truly blessed. So what makes seva different from just doing a quick favor? When we normally do chores or volunteering, we might hope for a prize or a thank you or appreciation for it. But seva is done without asking for anything in return. To do true seva means to get rid of our home, which means pride or ego. Gurbani teaches us how to let go of our ego, but it also teaches us the 3 types of seva. The 3 types of seva are tan seva, man seva, and dan seva. An example of tan seva is cleaning up shoes in the gurdwara or serving or cooking food in the langar hall. Man seva could be helping a friend study for a test or homework, which I like to call mind seva. Lastly, dan seva is donating your money to charities and fundraisers and doing this fund. Even if you can't donate, you can do seva in many other ways. If we go back in time to Sikh history, Sikh history gives us amazing examples of seva, one being Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji gave water to the Mughal and Sikh soldiers during the Battle of Anandpur. He did this because he saw Vaheguru's light in everybody, from sharing langar with everyone to equally helping people during hard times. From sharing langar with everyone equally to helping people during hard times. Seva shows that everybody loves and deserves love and respect. And lastly, Gurbani teaches us to care about Sarbatabala, which is the well-being of people everywhere. We can carry this forward by standing up for others and helping everybody with a happy heart and no home. Overall, seva teaches us to be kind and have humble hearts and no ego.
We should be like Pike and Aji and serve anyone and everyone, no matter color, race, or ethnicity, and take every opportunity of seva that we get. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Saj Kaur from Pennsylvania.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਸੱਚੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ most people would just say it's just helping but ਸੇਵਾ ਮਦਦ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਹੈ ਮਦਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਬਦਲੇ ਦੀ ਉਮੀਦ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਪਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਤ ਹੋਏ ਨੇਕਾਮੀ ਤਿਸ ਕੋ ਹੋਠ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਸਵਾਮੀ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਅਰਥ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਬੰਦਾ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਸਵਾਰਥ ਦੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੀ ਸੋਚੀਏ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀਆ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਬਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ ਹਨ ਜੰਗ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਉਹ ਦੋਨੋਂ ਫੌਜਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਸਨ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਹਰ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਰੂਪ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਸੀ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ 3 ਰੂਪਾਂ ਹਨ ਤਨ ਮਨ ਅਤੇ ਧਨ ਤਨ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੁਲੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਮਨ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੌਸਲਾ ਅਤੇ ਮਾਨਸਿਕ ਸਹਾਰਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਮੈਂਟਲੀ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਡਿਪਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਧਨ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਪੈਸਾ ਜਾਂ ਸਮਾਨ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਡੋਨੇਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ 10% ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਦਸਵੰਤ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੇਅਰ ਅਤੇ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਟੂ ਦ ਮੈਕਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨ ਐਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਇੰਸਟੀਟਿਊਟ ਆਫ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਸਾਇੰਸਿਜ਼ ਐਂਡ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਫਤ ਇਲਾਜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੋਲੰਟੀਅਰਸ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਅਤੇ ਵਿਰਸਾ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਹਉਮੈ ਯਾਨੀ ਈਗੋ ਘੱਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਹਰਿਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੁੱਟੀਆਂ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਸਮਝੀਏ ਇਹ ਹੀ ਸਰਬਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਹੈ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇਰੇ ਪਾਣੇ ਸਰਬਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਅਰਥ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਕਰੇ ਆਖਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੰਗਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਮੁਫਤ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਵਰਤਾਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਅੰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਹੀ ਐਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
Next we have Sahib Kaur from Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. To me, seva is the heartbeat of my faith. I first heard and truly understood the meaning of this word during my Boji's 30th birthday. Instead of celebrating with gifts and cake, my family and I gathered together to pack peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for an organization called Manna Foods. That hands-on experience taught me to truly understand the meaning and importance of seva. Gurbani teaches us that our actions directly shape our spiritual destiny. Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji states, Vich duniya sev kamaye ta dargah baisan paye. Is pawa Gurbani da farman da matlab hai कि जो मानुक निष्काम होके सेवा करता है उसनू दरगाह विच मान सहिता मिलती है
Simply helping someone can come from a place of pity or a desire for a reward, which actually inflates our home or pride. True seva is a discipline where you completely forget your own importance, serving purely out of love with no expectations of a reward or a thank you. Our history beautifully divides these disciplines into 3 pillars: dhan, man, and dhan. The physical labor of packing the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches was a beautiful example of dhan seva. And focusing our intellect and minds on organizing the distribution for the hungry was man seva. And pooling our honest resources to purchase the ingredients was dhan seva. It proved to me that seva is an active, living shield of love that protects our community when the world gets dark. Selfless service completely destroys home, wiping out ubad, which means the toxic internal stress, anxiety, and arrogance in everyone's minds. When we recognize the same exact divine light in everyone we help, our mindset shifts from a boastful giver to a humble servant, elevating our consciousness of halat palat right now. This connects directly to Sarba Dabala, the well-being of all. We see this as ultimate compassion in by Ganeaji, who treated wounded enemies on the battlefield with water because he refused to see anyone as a foe. I proved this to myself in 5th grade when I saw a crying kindergartner dropping his lunchbox, and the older kids were blocking him from picking it up while snickering. My captain's badge could have easily fueled my home, making me act bossy or power hungry. Instead, I rejected that arrogance. My Sikh values gave me the empathy to kneel down and help him collect his things. As a Sikh youth, we have to look past shallow mindset of we have to look past the shallow mindset of seva tori mangan bota, doing the bare minimum while expecting huge rewards from God. Twadi seva gurdware de darwaze ta nahi khatam ho jayenge. We need to weaponize our education, coding skills, and digital tools to defend vulnerable communities and fight societal injustice. Let's stop treating service like a checklist item. By dedicating our dhan, man, and dhan unconditionally, we can transform our everyday talents into a powerful real-world mission of change. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next, we have Serena Kaur from Maryland.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Serena and I will be talking about seva. When you hear the word seva, what do you think of? Most people probably think about serving langar or cleaning the gurdwara. Those are good examples, but seva can be much more than that. It's not just something we should do at the gurdwara, it's something we should practice every day. In Gurbani, it states, Seva karat hoy nikami tisko hod prapat swami, which means one who performs selfless seva attains the Lord. This teaches us that seva isn't about getting recognition or rewards, it's about helping others because it brings us closer to Vaheguru. But helping someone and doing true seva aren't always the same thing. If someone only helps because they want praise or something in return, that's simply helping. True seva is done with nimrata or humility and without expecting anything back. It doesn't matter who the person is, we should treat everyone equally. Now, Sikhi teaches us 3 types of seva: dhan seva, man seva, and dhan seva. Dhan seva means serving with your body, like making langar or cleaning the gurdwara. Man seva means serving with your mind, like helping a classmate with homework or using your skills to teach others. Dhan seva means sharing your money or resources with people in need, such as dasvant or supporting families during hard times. Seva also helps us overcome homai or ego. Instead of thinking about ourselves, we learn to be humble and put others first. A great example of seva and putting others first is by Ganayaji. During the Battle of Anandpur, he gave water to both Sikh and enemy Mughal soldiers because he saw Vaheguru in everyone. His inspiring story teaches us that seva has no limits and no enemies. Seva is also connected to Sarvata Palab, which means caring for the well-being of everyone. We see this through langar, where everyone sits and eats together as equals. Today, Sikh youth can continue this by volunteering, helping at the Gurdwara, joining food drives, and even using technology to help others in need. As Sikh youth, we don't need to wait to make a difference. Every act of seva, no matter how big or small, helps someone else and helps us become better Gursikhs. By serving with our hands, our minds, and our hearts, we can follow the path our Gurus showed us. Thank you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Sartar Singh from North Carolina.
ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸੇਵ ਕਮਾਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਡਰ ਗਏ ਬੈਸ ਨਾ ਪਈਏ। ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਤੋਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਕੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ, ਪੈਸਾ, ਅਵਾਰਡ, ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਉਦਾਸ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਦੇ ਚਿਹਰੇ 'ਤੇ ਮੁਸਕਾਨ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ, ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦੇ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਵੱਖ-ਵੱਖ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ। ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਸਰਤਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਅਸਲ ਮਤਲਬ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਬੱਚਾ ਸੀ, ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਪਰ ਐਜ਼ ਆਈ ਗਰੂ ਇਨਟੂ ਮਾਈ ਟੀਨੇਜ ਈਅਰਸ ਫੋਲੋਇੰਗ ਸਿੱਖੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਅਸਲੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਸਮਝ ਆਇਆ ਹੈ। The true meaning of seva is helping others without expecting anything in return, or in other words, selfless service. ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਤ ਹੋਏ ਨਹਿ ਖਾਮੀ, ਤਿਸ ਕੋ ਹੋਤ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਸੁਆਮੀ। ਬਿਨਾਂ ਲਾਲਚ ਦੇ ਸੇਵਨ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੁਮਾਈ ਖਤਮ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। if I elaborate further, ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਖ 3 ਰੂਪ ਹਨ: ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ, ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਔਰ ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ। ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ is like helping someone with money. Like ਮੇਰੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਹਰ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਹੈਬਿਟੈਟ ਫॉर ਹਿਊਮੈਨਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਡੋਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਮੈਂ ਸੰਡੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਸਫਾਈ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਅਤੇ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਭਾਈ ਕਨ੍ਹਈਆ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਭਾਈ ਕਨ੍ਹਈਆ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਪਿਲਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ? ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਵਾਬ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਵੇਖ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੀ ਰੂਪ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੀ ਨੂਰ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਇਆ। ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਭਾਈ ਕਨ੍ਹਈਆ ਜੀ ਅੱਜ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਪਾਣੀ ਨਾ ਪਿਲਾਉਂਦੇ, ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਂਦੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕਾਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ। ਜ਼ਮਾਨਾ ਬਦਲ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਹੈ। ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਹੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੈ। ਟੁਡੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਯੂਥ ਕੈਨ ਡੂ ਸੇਵਾ ਇਨ ਮੈਨੀ ਵੇਜ਼। ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ by giving free coding classes and math classes to kids, and of course helping them learn Kirtan. I believe whatever talent Vaheguru has given to us, we should use it for everyone's well-being. Seva is a core Sikh value that should be part of our daily lives. ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਾ ਕਰੀਏ, ਆਓ ਸੇਵਾ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਣਾ ਲਈਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਕਨ੍ਹਈਆ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਦਾਰੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਹੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next we have Sirat Kaur from Pennsylvania. Quick joke break. Does anyone have a joke? Any of the judges? No one has a joke? You have one? That's fine. It doesn't have to be good. Quick. Let us who? What? Okay. Next joke break, someone else can do better. Okay.
सतगुर की सेवा सो करे जिस बिल से होमे ताप, नानक को गुर पेटिया बिन से सगल संताप। वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहेगुरु जी की fateh. When most people think of seva, they think of serving langar or cleaning shoes at the Gurdwara. These are beautiful examples of seva, but seva is much more than that. In Sikhi, seva is not just helping others, it is a way of life.
It is serving others with humility without expecting anything in return. Which dunya sev kamaye ta darge paisan paiye. The difference between helping someone and doing true seva is our intention. Sometimes people help others because they want praise or recognition, but true seva is done with no desire for rewards. We do it because every person is part of God's creation, and serving them is serving Vaheguru. There are 3 types of seva in Sikhi: Tan, Man, and Tan. Tan seva means serving physically. This includes helping prepare langar, cleaning the gurdwara, or volunteering in our communities. Even small actions like helping an elderly person carry groceries can be Tan seva. Man seva means serving with our minds and skills. For example, a teacher teaching students or a doctor treating patients is doing Man seva. Tan seva means giving our money or resources to help others. This could mean donating to charities, supporting communities, or helping families who are struggling financially. One of the greatest examples of seva is Bhai Kanhaiya Ji. During battle, Guru Gobind Singh Ji told him to give water to wounded soldiers from both sides. Some Sikhs complained that he was helping the enemy, but Bhai Kanhaiya Ji explained that he did not see them as enemies or friends. He saw the same light of Vaheguru in everyone. This teaches us that seva has no limits and no discrimination. Seva also helps us reduce home or ego. When we serve others, we learn humility. We stop thinking only about ourselves and start caring for others. This helps us grow spiritually and become better Sikhs. Today, the Sikh youth has many opportunities to do seva. We can volunteer at the Gurdwara, help our communities, or teach others. No matter our age, we all have something to offer. Seva is not only something we do inside the langar hall. It is a lifelong commitment to serving humanity with love, humility, and compassion. If we make seva a part of our daily lives, we can follow the path shown by our gurus and help create a world where everyone is cared for and respected. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Sukhmani Kaur from New York.
सेवा करत होए नह कामी तिसको होत प्राप्त स्वामी साध संगत जी गज वज के फतेह बुलाओ जी वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह। ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਮਹੱਤਵ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੀ। ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਸੇਵਾ ਜੋ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਫਲ ਦੇ ਇੱਛਾ ਨਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਿਰਫ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਅਤੇ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਡੂੰਘਾ ਅਧਿਆਤਮਿਕ ਫਰਕ ਹੈ। ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ 'ਤੇ ਤਰਸ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਸਮਾਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਹ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਨ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਪਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਡੂੰਘੇ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸੇਵ ਕਮਾਈ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਦਰਗਹਿ ਬੈਸਨ ਪਾਈ ਹੈ। ਸੇਵਾ ਹਉਮੈ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਅਤੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਸਮਝਣ ਲਈ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੇਵਾ ਦੇ 3 ਰੂਪ ਹਨ: ਤਨ, ਮਨ ਅਤੇ ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ। ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਬਣਾਉਣਾ, ਵਰਤਾਉਣਾ, ਜੋੜੇ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸਫਾਈ ਕਰਨਾ, ਸਰੀਰਕ ਕੰਮ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਮਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਗਿਆਨ ਅਤੇ ਹੁਨਰ ਨੂੰ ਦੂਜੇ ਦੀ ਭਲਾਈ ਜਾਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਿਖਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੇਕ ਕਮਾਈ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਦਸਵੰਧ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਲੋੜਵੰਦ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਹਉਮੈ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ ਮਹੱਤਵ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਉਮੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੁੜਨ ਦਿੰਦੀ। ਹਉਮੈ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ, ਮੇਰੀ। ਸੇਵਾ ਮੈਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਦਲਦੀ ਹੈ। ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਆਪ ਗਵਾਏ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਛ ਪਾਈਐ ਮਾਨ। ਸੇਵਾ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਬਰਾਬਰੀ ਦਾ ਭਾਵ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇਰਕਾ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਰ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਦਿਖਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਲੰਗਰ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੂਠੇ ਭਾਂਡੇ ਅਤੇ ਜੋਰੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋਰੇ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਅਤੇ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਮੈਲ ਖਤਮ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸੇਵਾ ਕਾਮ, ਕ੍ਰੋਧ, ਲੋਭ, ਮੋਹ ਅਤੇ ਅਹੰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਮੈਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਕੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਬਣਾ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਸਾਫ਼ ਮਨ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਲਈ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੇਵਾ ਦਾ ਡੂੰਘਾ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਬਰਾਬਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਦਇਆ ਨਾਲ ਹੈ। ਲੰਗਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਬਰਾਬਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਣ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਨੁੱਖ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਭੇਦਭਾਵ, ਜਾਤ, ਲਿੰਗ ਜਾਂ ਰੰਗ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੰਗਰ ਚੁਕਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਦਇਆ ਦੀ ਭਾਵਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਸੇ ਮਨੁੱਖਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਿਤ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਭਾਈ ਕਨਈਆ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਭੇਦਭਾਵ ਦੇ ਜੰਗ ਦੇ ਮੈਦਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਤੇ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਣੀ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ। ਸਿੱਖ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਆਧੁਨਿਕ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਐਪਸ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ, ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਜੀਟਲ ਫਾਈਲਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸੰਭਾਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ, ਵਾਤਾਵਰਣ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਵ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਪੇੜ ਪੌਦੇ ਲਗਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋਲਰ ਊਰਜਾ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Next, we have Sukhpreet Singh from Virginia.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Sukhpreet and I'm going to be talking about seva. When most people hear the word seva, they probably think about serving langar or cleaning shoes at the Gurdwara. Those are examples of seva, but Sikhi teaches us that seva is much bigger than that. It's not just something we do, it's a way of life. And Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Guru Granth Sahib tells us, Seva karo thoye ne kami, tisko haut propet suami. This means that when we perform seva without expecting anything in return, we become closer to Waheguru. That is what makes seva different from simply helping someone. Many people help others because they want praise, recognition, or something in return. True seva is done only out of love and humility. In Sikhi, there are 3 types of seva: tan, man, and tan. Tan seva means serving with our body. This could be helping prepare langar, cleaning the gurdwara, or volunteering. Man seva means serving with our mind and knowledge. For example, tutoring a younger student, teaching someone, or using technology. Dan seva means sharing our money or resources. This could be donating to disaster relief, supporting charities, or helping provide food. One of my favorite examples of seva is the story of Pai Kanhaiya Ji. During a battle, he gave water not only to the sick soldiers, but also to the injured enemy soldiers. When people questioned him, he explained that he did not see enemies, he saw human beings. Guru Gobind Singh Ji praised him because he understood that seva is for everyone, no matter who they are. I think that story shows what Sikhi teaches us about equality and compassion. Seva also helps us fight ego. When we stop thinking about ourselves and focus on helping others, we can become more humble. Instead of asking, what can I get? We begin asking, how can I help? That change in mindset brings us closer to Waheguru. As a Sikh youth, we have many opportunities to do seva. We can volunteer at the Gurdwara, help younger students with homework, participate in food or clothes drives, or even use technology to raise awareness for important causes or organize community service projects. No matter what talent we have, we can use them to benefit others. Seva is not limited to the langar hall. It's something we should practice every day in our homes, our schools, our communities. When we serve with no desire for recognition, we follow the example of our gurus and help create a world based on compassion, equality, and sarbat da pala. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
All right, guys, we only have a few left, so please take your seat, show your respect, but I do have a joke. So you guys probably might know it if you guys were here a few years ago. I think you might remember it. What did one pizza slice say to the other to make it move? What did one pizza slice say to the other to make it move? Slice of pizza. Pizza. No, it's a Punjabi joke. Pizza Hut. Okay, we're almost done.
Okay, almost done, guys. Shh. I know it was funny, but let's calm down. Shh. Next, we have Tanveer Singh from Connecticut. Shh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. When most people think of seva, they picture someone serving langar or washing dishes at the Gurdwara. And that's true. Seva often looks like that. But in Sikhi, seva is so much more than one act of kindness. It's a true path of life. Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught us that seva means serving without expecting anything back. Not praise, not a reward, not even a thank you. As it says in Gurbani, seva kart hoye nikami, disko hot prapat swami. One who performs seva selflessly attains the Lord. Like the Guru Granth Sahib says, which dunya sev kumaiye, ta darge paisan paiye. There are actually 3 forms of seva. Tan seva is a physical service, like cleaning shoes at the Gurudwara or serving food. Man seva is service with our mind, using our knowledge to teach or guide someone. And Tan seva is material service, giving our time, money, resources to help others. All 3 matter, and all 3 are part of a Sikh's daily life. Langar itself is one of the most powerful examples of seva in action. Guru Nanak Dev Ji started langar to break down caste and class barriers so that everyone, rich or poor, any background, could sit together as equal and eat the same food. It wasn't just a meal. It was, and still is, a quiet revolution. And there's Bhai Kanhaiya Ji, who during battle gave water to every wounded soldier, Sikh and enemy alike. When questioned about it, he said he saw no enemy, only the divine light in every person. That is true spirit of seva. It doesn't ask who deserves help, it just helps. Today, seva doesn't have to look like it did centuries ago. Sikh youth are doing seva through technology, healthcare, education, and the arts, tutoring a struggling classmate, building an app that helps a community, or simply standing up for someone being treated unfairly. Seva also does something for us. Every time we serve without expecting anything, we chip away at our own ego, our home, and grow a little closer to Vaheguru. So seva isn't just what happened in the langar hall, it's how we choose to live, with open hands, an open heart, and no condition attached. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Next we have Viraj Singh from North Carolina.
Which dunya sev kamayi hai, tar ke baisan paiye. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sad Sangat Ji, Gurbani teaches us that the human life is an opportunity to perform seva. Through seva, we cultivate humility, overcome ego, and become worthy of acceptance in Vaheguru Ji's divine court. But Guru Pyareo, what exactly is seva? True seva is always nishkam, done without expecting praise, recognition, or any reward. Otherwise, it's a transaction. Seva kart hoye nikami, disko hot prapat swami. Simply helping someone is not always seva. It's the intention that matters. Are you doing it because everyone's watching? Or because you see Vaheguru's jyot within that person? True seva sees the divine light within everyone. A Sikh, a Hindu, a stranger, a bird, or an animal. Seva is primarily performed in 3 ways: tan, and man. Tan di seva is serving physically, such as serving langar, washing dishes, cleaning the gurdwara, or helping someone in need. These humble tasks remind us, you are no Fanne Khan, but simply a servant of the Guru. Tanandi Seva
means sharing the blessings Vaheguru Ji has given us. At our age, we may still have to look towards our parents before doing matha tek. But we can still share things like money, food, and shelter to those in need. And finally, Mandi Seva. Even the poorest or physically weakest person can perform Mandi Seva. We can pray for others, share our knowledge, offer encouragement, spread positive thoughts, and wish for Sarbat Dapala. Seva is not confined within the four walls of Gurdwara. It can be performed at school, in hospitals, in remote communities, or online. Bhai Kanhaiya Ji served water to wounded soldiers on both sides of the battlefield. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji sacrificed his life for other people's religion. They did not serve labels, but the divine light within everyone. And finally, we, the phone-addicted youth of Gen Alpha, can also perform seva using technology. We can educate others, support worthy causes, speak against bullying, and spread truth and compassion online. Seva does not require great wealth, strength, or a grand opportunity. It begins when we recognize Vaheguru Ji's light within someone and choose not to look away. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Okay, and last but not least, Yuvraj Singh from North Carolina.
Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. If I asked everyone here what is seva, they would say making langar, washing dishes, passing napkins. But ever thought that seva is there's more to say? There's more to seva. What is the definition of seva? Seva is not about earning praise, recognition. It's about losing ego. The gurus taught us that seva can be offered in three ways. Tan, using our hands. Man, our knowledge we share. Tan, sharing our resources. One of the best examples of seva is during a battle that Bhai Kanhaiya Ji brought. He brought water to both of the sides, and even though they were fighting against the Sikhs. Instead of Guru Gobind Singh Ji getting mad, he was praised by the Guru. So next time someone asks you what is seva, don't think about langar. Think big. Think mankind. Think every day. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji... Wait. Oh, Bole! Sone Hal.
Okay, we're gonna call some people up. So Avtar Singh, can you come to the front? Baithe raho. Avtar Singh. Come to the front. Agge aa jao, agge. Baithe raho, duje sare.
Waheguru. So we're going to ask you a question, Avtar Singh, the importance of preparedness in Sikhi. What is that and why is it important? Preparedness.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so why is preparedness important in Sikhi? That's the first one.
Being prepared in Sikhi is important because If you're not prepared, then like, how are you supposed to learn?
Wow.
Yeah.
So, did you do your speech last year too?
What?
Did you do your speech last year?
I don't remember last year.
I don't think you did because I was also the judge at that time
I
too.
don't remember last year though.
So it's, we don't wanna, I don't wanna say anything like in front of everybody, but next year we do expect, if you're coming, which I hope you do, to bring a speech. Come
Okay.
prepared. And how is always being prepared for Seva important?
Always being prepared for seva is important because if you're not prepared to do seva, then how are you supposed to get closer to the Guru?
Can you give us some examples?
Like of seva?
Yeah.
Always being prepared for seva.
Like if someone asks you to get them like water while you're like standing up and like you should go get them water.
Okay. Okay, there was one more. What does commitment mean in Sikhi?
Commitment means like you're committed to do anything for the Guru.
It's okay. It's okay. Can we get Mansukpreet Singh? Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Avtar Singh. Please do come prepared next year. Mansukpreet Singh, aajo. Here. This is your math of the day. All right. Okay. Your first question is, first of all, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. What's your reason for not, oh, well, you already told me. Actually, you're excused. Go ahead, sit back down. Who's the next person? Rohan Singh. Mic set kar lo. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki. Let's hear your excuse first, and then I will ask your question. So, why is your speech not prepared?
This is my first year.
This is your first year?
Yeah, I didn't
So,
know.
did you not get the package? It outlines everything that you need to have for the camp. So,
I didn't know about it.
you didn't know about it? I find that hard to believe. Anyways, we will ask you the question.
What did you learn from all the speeches that happened?
Sure. So, if you were paying attention, a lot of these youngsters did a really good job of giving their speeches, right? What did you learn? What's your takeaway from all the speeches that that they did? There was a Shabad that was being recited. In fact, every single person that did a speech today recited the same Shabad. Can you tell me that Shabad? I mean, you would have heard it 48 times. There's, excluding you and the 3 people, that's 45, right? So you would have heard it 45 times the same Shabad. If were you paying attention? Do you remember what the Shabad was?
I forgot the Shabad. But I was paying attention though.
Do you know the first word of the Shabad?
No.
Seva karte hoye naye kami. ठीक है? So if how do you limit our seva? How do excuses limit our seva? So you make an excuse like you can't do this, just like you made an excuse, right? That you didn't know about the package, and
Yeah.
you didn't know, especially that you didn't know that you had to do seva. The speech. So how does that limit you? Does it make you look bad, or
Yeah.
what about like seva points? Have you ever heard that term, seva points?
I have heard of it.
Oh, so you are familiar with the concept of it, right? So where do you think you align in that whole ideology of seva points? Are you the good guy or the bad guy at this point?
Not too high.
Yeah. Okay. Chalo, theek hai. Next year, please do come prepared. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. That concludes the speech. Please stay seated for now. Don't do anything.